Hey, everybody, welcome in. It's Wednesday already. I don't know what it's like there, but like an hour ago, the trees were just like blowing out of the ground here. So July's
Yeah.
blowing in pretty
Yeah, too
harsh at
much
the moment.
wind. Needs to chill out.
Yeah. And if it's going to be windy, it needs to be cold because this wind up here is like 160 degrees.
It's like 96 degrees and yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully the folks up here in the valley, I know just kind of like the south end of the valley just got like hammered by like a big old line of craziness, and so hopefully everybody's good. Hey, we've got two big shows, two big races, one big show, right? This is the big show, and then we got two big races, right, coming up
Yeah.
uh, this weekend. We do want to invite you guys to join us. You know, talk a little bit. We'll have some crazy stuff to talk about. Just comment. We'll bring them up, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Um, I'm gonna have to call the owner of Instagram and ask them why it only works half the time. So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I saw when I logged on, there was a message popped up said they're having an issue with Instagram, right? With streaming to Instagram. So it's not us. It's the system.
Yeah. But Derek Barr, we'll talk a little bit about Derek and the family. They had a pretty good weekend down at Magic Valley Speedway last weekend. Um, Flying Brian Schaefer was our guest tonight. I was waiting on an email address so that we could get him all hooked up online, ready to roll. I'm gonna double check because I definitely don't want to leave anybody out. Yeah, at 6:30 we were waiting for an email address, and now at 8:37 we'll get Brian. We'll get him on. We'll get him on here. But now we're rolling. So now it's the Patrick show with assistant Brent. What's going on, man?
Yeah, right.
We're ready. Short week. But that's always cool because that means that we're gonna be at the racetrack quicker than we thought.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I look forward to it because I'm not gonna be at my normal job. You know what I mean. It's going to be good. Hey, just want to give a shout out, folks. Sponsor the show, the Race to End Bullying. Look at that. They hooked me up with a banner last week at the track. Also, Overturf Photography. Bam. Look at this. Made me this sign that says Man Cave on it. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
And then,
I got, speaking of Man Cave, we got the man right here, Dale. The other man, Jeremy White. Speaking of, he just posted a comment there. Hi, Jeremy.
we got Dale right here.
Oh, yeah, you got Dale in there, too.
I got Dale there. I got Dale Jr. there. You can't really see it, but that's a Dale there. Yeah. Other than myself, I love Dale.
I'm working on it. I got some other goodies. I didn't have enough time to get hung up. The Team Waters came up to the booth right before last week's race, and they gave me banners. They gave me a framed, like you've got one there, right? I think Natalie Waters like that there, all framed up and nice. I got to find somewhere nice to put it. Yeah, like that. Super nice. Those guys are nice. That being said, I got to find more room. You know what I mean? We got to figure something out. But the folks from the Race to End Bullying, like Natalie Waters and the whole team, and Overturf Photography, sponsors of this podcast. So thanks to them that we can do this and be able to come on and talk racing and whatever we really think is cool, really, every Wednesday. So
yeah,
thanks to those guys.
So yeah, we do want to welcome the folks that are joining us, and please feel free to jump in and say whatever you want. It's the internet, so it's all good, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Jeremy says Brian Schaefer's man. Yeah, we'll get Brian back on. Like I said, we just maybe a little lack of communication time. I mean, we're all on the same time zone, but that may be my fault. But we'll get him on. We have some super modified stuff coming up here in the near future, so we'll hear from one of the best, right? Trevor Wells, big 4th of July weekend. That's right, Trevor. That's what we're talking about tonight. Oh, my dog just tried to jump in the window, but unfortunately, it's closed. My dog is obviously related to me, so okay. So yeah, appreciate these guys for jumping on and watching. John and Sherry and the bars were partying. That is a dangerous mix.
John and Sherry have a good time. It doesn't matter if they're racing, if they're not racing, whatever. They're gonna have fun. Oh, and then they brought Sid with them. If you don't know Sid McElreath, right? So Sid's a good time. And Shelby from Saint Savvy was there too.
Yeah. That was the best that our booth looked and smelled when that family was in use.
That's the facts,
Mm.
straight up.
And then I caught him. I caught him at the hotel Sunday morning when I was getting ready to drive. They were out there. So thank you. I think I went on a little Brent Artie like, hey, let's hang out and talk. And they were on a like, hey, we need to get back to Utah. Hanging out with us for a little bit, or me for a little bit out there. Racing family, right?
Yeah, good family, and they are those people. Like I was joking, and I was talking to Sid, and I said, "Hey, man, we need to get you in a car, help the car count." And he was ready to. He's like, literally, he's like, "Okay." Like you could have put him in anything, and he could drive it. First of all, he could
Oh
race
yeah.
it, but he was ready to go. He was not joking.
So last week we were quiet at Meridian, which meant we all got to cruise down. I cruised down Friday night and helped Spank a little bit with the practice stuff, and then we all hung out on Saturday. Pretty good racing. Um, you got to do the Dr. Pepper. I almost said a bad word. You almost got to do the Dr. Pepper shotgun. I was gonna
Yeah,
come down, so I talked to the bars. And to Derek, and they're like, we even have some adult beverage shotguns as well. But moments before that, I was recruited to pour beer because we had a $2 beer special in the beer stand. So I went up there to pour some beers, help the boss and Breezy out. So I missed the shotgun, but I definitely heard it. I heard that you how much got
oh,
in your
did you know?
mouth? How much
Oh
got on
man,
your shirt? How'd that work?
it. So our photographer caught it, and if you can see this,
uh,
Donovan has not one drop on that fire suit, and me on the other hand, uh,
See, it's a crazy world because somebody sent me those pictures as well. I was gonna get them on the show, but I knew we were gonna possibly have Brian on. But yeah, so yes, you were.
dude, I was soaked, and the beautiful lady that does my laundry every week asked that I not ruin any more clothes. So we're gonna have to figure something out because I have the feeling that Donovan's gonna win some more, and
There's,
I have
there's
to. I mean, you get me at a racetrack, I got too excited too easily. You know what I mean? Like you put me in big. I didn't even win. Like I didn't even do anything to help, and I was excited as heck because Donovan. Like I mean, he went 3 for 3, right? He was like top qualifier, won the main, bam, bam, bam. Great day at the racetrack for him, and I was excited. You put me in the moment, Dr. Pepper in my face, bam, and next thing I know, I wore 12 ounces of it for the rest of the night.
right, but that's okay. That's what we do, right?
It was fun, but I don't think my wife, she didn't like that for real. My wife didn't like that. So I was like, we're gonna have to figure out some like confetti poppers or something else next time. You know what I mean?
I think you just need to when you go down to the track tomorrow, or you come up to the track tomorrow, bring a couple Dr. Pepper shirts. And
Yeah,
then
I
with
want to
like
get one.
5 to go, you can change. You're like, oh, Donovan's gonna win.
I'm gonna get one that says "This is my shotgun shirt."
Yeah, exactly. We'll get one made for you just for that, and it won't be white. And you know what? You just leave it there, and we'll have Larry and the crew wash it during the week so that Diana does not have to partake in the laundry part of that.
We're gonna
Now,
have people do.
if
Hey, make sure you do my laundry.
if you if you miss, which it looked like you really did, so I mean, from the waist down, the jeans, that's all Diana's. That's what she gets for marrying you. The shirts, we'll get them laundered in Twin Falls, right?
Okay, we're gonna need to get a laundromat sponsor. We need to get somebody or dry cleaning.
Let's do that. We can do that. Just on speed tour modified nights, apparently. Um,
It
again,
was
we
a
got
good
some
time.
folks jumping on. We want to let you guys know to join us on here. Shane Prince,
What's up, Shane?
good to see Shane. I saw a post, Patrick, from Shane Prince saying that he was notified that he is one of the 2025 Magic Valley Speedway Motorsports Hall of Fame inductees. So
All
congratulations
right.
to Shane.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing him down here next month. We'll be making the trip down there. Donovan Barr, he's in Logan, Utah. He's down close to your area tonight.
Dude, that's 25 minutes away.
Okay, Dr. Pepper shotguns at 9:45 in the middle there somewhere. So yeah. Oh, here this. Okay. I know that I look like a little sweet guy. Never did anything wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
even know what shotgunning was until you and Barr started doing it.
Yeah.
But there might have been a time that I had to use a cheater when I was trying to do the old shotguns. And Derek Barr, apparently him and I are from the same era, because if you use a funnel, your shirt stays clean and the caffeine hits you right away.
Okay.
I believe we called those beer bongs back in the day. I mean, when I saw the other people doing them, that's what they were
Yeah,
called.
I heard about them. Yes. Never saw
mean,
one in use. Yeah.
As I was walking by the local tavern on my way to church, I saw that that's what they were.
Yeah, that's what me. I literally did. I'd hear about it, rumors at church. Yeah.
Yeah. I would hear about it at church too, just for the fact that I didn't remember that I did it the night before, and then
Yeah.
everybody would be telling me, "No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I'm a racetrack announcer."
Yeah. Come on.
Even Patrick doesn't believe me. What else we got? Yeah, there's your official word. I know Randy's a big part of that. 2025 Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame inductee. As we get closer to that night, we are going to bring Randy back on. There's your invitation, Randy, or your request/orders. But we'll bring Randy back on like we did last year. It's going to be cool. We'll get some of those Hall of Fame guys on. That's coming up. Oh, here you go. There's your sponsor, Willie Dalton or Frenetton. They have a dry cleaner as a sponsor, so they're going to hook you up.
Okay, we'll have to talk to him. Hey, speaking, what's that?
Last one, right? Not last one, but let's. All you got to do is leave it with the bars, and they'll bring it back clean the next time.
I got to learn how to shotgun like a man, so I don't have to worry about it.
No kidding. And then the last bar one, then we got a couple other, but we'll hit them here in a minute. A 2-story beer bong.
2-story? What the heck?
That. Again, you're talking to two very innocent young men here, Derek. I'm not sure.
We grew up in a bubble.
Grew up in a bubble.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that your highlight? Was that your highlight of the night? I mean, it was actually. I know there wasn't 7 million race cars, but it was actually some good racing.
Yeah, we had some good races, and highlight for me, lucky rides for kids. Seeing the kids come down on the track, and getting them in some cars. That is something that we try to do each year now, and it's wonderful to see the looks on the kids' faces, man. Because just getting down on the track where they see the cars race, that's something, and then letting them hop in a car and. Even they're just parading around, they're not flying, but seeing all the kids enjoy that was a highlight for me.
Yeah. So it was a fun night. We'll go through that. Sherry Waters is watching, so thank you for
Hi, Miss Sherry.
Shane Prince, we're gonna get you on this show, buddy, when it gets close to Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Hall of Fame night. So, but yeah, I mean, we tore up a couple of Thunder Dogs down there.
Oh man, yeah, we did. Diana and I were talking about that actually on the way home, because we had Shamu. I don't know what happened. Like the car had to have just lost steering or something. Went straight into turn 2.
Like hard. And then backwards on the wall.
Yeah, because they hit, like the photos was, if you go to the pictures, like was it from Home Free Photography, you can see it hit, and then it just kind of because the momentum just carried it to where it just kind of flipped up around the wall. gnarly hit.
Yeah.
But whoever was driving, I didn't see who it was. They just got right out. Super
Yeah, I
tough.
don't know who was driving that one.
And then we had,
I was pouring beer.
oh yeah, I didn't see who it was. And then we had the last two. They were going backwards, right? And then the boss hog, was that the one that they backed into the little barrier wall on the infield?
Um, Backed in, and I think the wall like cut the car like a knife almost.
Yeah.
That was pretty heavy. That was a heavy hit.
That is gnarly.
So yeah, but I mean the crowd was there. I thought it was a pretty good Saturday night. Pacific Steel and Recycling night down there. You were kind enough to share the office there for a little bit with us, so I appreciate that.
Well, you can come down anytime, and you can. Brent says like 2 words on the microphone, and then he's like, "Hey, dude, sorry I was talking so much on the microphone. Like, you need to talk more when you come down. Like, don't worry about it." You say hello to the crowd, and at the end of the night, Brent's like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm sorry I said so much. Like, you got to talk more, man."
I took your spot. Okay, you invited me. I'll see you at 3:00 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's all right. You're gonna come down.
We're gonna make. Yeah, there may be. Yeah, the minute that the last contractor at work says we're going home for the weekend, I am literally about 4 minutes from my 84 where I'm working. So I'm gonna take my. Heck, I might not even change clothes. And if anybody from Meridian, because I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna come back home. I'm gonna do what Patrick and Diana do tomorrow because we got a big show on 4th of July. We'll talk about here in a little bit here. So yeah, if there's anybody who wants to hitchhike to keep the announcer awake on the way down and back, I'll be leaving Meridian, Boise area about 12:30. So there's my shameless plug of hitchhikers. Because I know because it's cool. Because I want people to go to Magic Valley Speedway. I want them to enjoy the big celebration that the crew, Adam and Spank and the Colton and the crew have put together down there. So yeah, shoot me a text. That's kind of like I'm a loser. Go somewhere with me. But yeah, if anybody wants to go but doesn't want to drive or doesn't know what they're gonna do, jump in the old black Chevy. We'll head down there about noon, 1:00. We'll be down there. So yeah, we're gonna come down.
Super nice. Save someone a lot of time driving themselves. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'd like to think it's like an honor, but
it would
really
be
not.
It'd be a perfect opportunity to ask Brent all the questions you have in your mind about announcing or about his old racing days, things like that, behind the scenes things that he's seen at Meridian Speedway that nobody else has seen.
Tell you what, it'd be the best 93 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it all over again 4 hours later and drive right back home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's and again here we are at the halfway point ish of the season, pretty much. I think we're pretty much dead center in the halfway point down there at Twin. And I don't know, 4th of July to me is always like you're trying to get to it, and then when you get over that hump, it's like, especially down there, we got some huge shows lined up for the remainder of the season, tours and 2-day shows and destruction. And I mean, Magic Valley Speedway is they're going to be hopping. I do have one question on here. And we'll talk about we'll talk about it because we're gonna get ready to see. Trevor Wells wants to know how many cars in the Enduro tomorrow night. Randy Kerr's thinking around 20. I think that's about right, Randy.
Yeah, last count they were right, or they were pretty close to that.
Kind of an added bonus. So, do we want to talk about what's going on down there tomorrow night, or do you have something before we?
No, yeah, let's talk about that.
We roll into July 3rd, not January.
So,
what do you got?
So for the normal racing schedule, right? So we've got NASCAR trucks, Western Mountain Inc. NASCAR late models, Project Filter mini modifieds, midgets, fast lane automotive Hornets. So that's a good schedule. Then Jeff Atamian and the Beast, the Jet Dragster, they're going to melt down a Hornet. Always cool to see. Capping off the night with a fireworks show. Double cool to see because they light them off right. If you're in the stands, it's right there. you know, right from the infield. Like you're right there in the show. It's awesome. And then Adam added this enduro race. And so far, we said we've hit 20. So you're going to see names on this list like
Look at
Wyatt.
Look at your
Oh, you
screen.
got it. Wyatt Nelson, Robbie Hyde, Adam Nelson, Tyler Nelson, Tyler Palmer, Outhouse Grand Prix winner, or that was Travis Palmer, Tyler Palmer, Troy Palmer, 82. He won it. But Tyler Palmer's coming into John Spencer, Randy Kerr racing.
Yep.
Listen, watch out. Listen, that guy drives fast. So I saw pictures of some of the cars. They were low, you know, they had them on a flatbed, right? And they're bringing them over. And I saw one, a Dodge. I don't know what it was, but it looked up. It was kind of close to a minivan. And I was like, you don't even want to get me near that because it'll be dangerous. But I saw an old Saturn. There was like a Grand Prix, some real bangers. So who else? We got Nick Durbin, Sam Trump, Dusty Sterner, Alex Lemon, Ryan Cummings, Braden Sweatfield, Mike Audette, Troy Palmer, Matt Egley. Matt Egley's in the mix too. So that's going to be good.
It's pretty cool. And it could take us, some of us old guys, it takes us back to our enduro days. And it was literally what Adam advertised. Gut.
Would you get in a car?
Huh?
Would you get in a car if they've got one for you?
I would have till I just saw that list of drivers. Thanks, Randy Kerr, for saving me. But literal gut and go, literal drive it out. And even Adam was like, you know, let's race it. Let's make these 4th of July, 3rd of July fans excited. So like, you know, the cool thing is like the windows you don't have time to take the windows out. Roll them down. You know, it's going to be, if you've never seen old school enduro, then you guys are in for a treat because it is that it's straight up. Let's just make it happen. You know?
Yeah, just a bunch of 4 and 6 cylinder cars. Strap the battery down and let's rock. Yeah. I heard a name of Bruce Qualley's Electronics.
Oh, see, we're Ooh, I was looking at a couple others here. Okay, we got a couple other comments. We'll talk about them here in a bit. That wouldn't be bad. This would not be a good idea.
Can you listen? It'd be hard to get because we need microphones, but at the same time, you've got the wireless mic. The only problem is I'd be screaming the whole time.
We know.
And it would be, the fans would be like, immediately.
Luckily, we know who's in charge of the sound, so Diana has full control over shutting the two of us up.
Diana, crank it down.
That's why she likes that job, isn't it? Like she can always ask you to be quiet, but right there, she doesn't even have to ask.
Yeah,
she literally has a mute button for her husband. What woman wouldn't love that?
Right at home, there's no volume control at the track. She can just, and there I go. You know what I mean?
Hey, but if it adds another 30 years to your marriage, we're glad we could help. Right?
Yeah, she's a doll. I love her.
So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I mean, and like I said, it's just some 4th of July fun.
And I had some guys asking me afterwards in the stands. They were trying to ask rules. Adam was walking by, so he kind of could step in and answer some of the questions. But I haven't seen one of these enduro races. So let's say you're driving your car in the race, and something happens, car stops running. Is there like going to be hey, caution, let's get that car off? Where it's like you're just holding on at that point for the rest.
Normal old school enduro rules. I mean, no. If as long as you're not going to get T-boned or hurt, you are now a part of the obstacle. Now, when the red flag does come out, if there does happen to be a issue, you know, that we need to check on a driver or Randy and Alan need to take care of somebody, then yeah, you can get out. But your car, no, your car stays there. Okay. That's the way we used to do it. When Adam's dad was running the track and Spanky and us and all of us 45 and ups were doing the old enduros when we were kids. Yeah, your car is now an obstacle.
Yeah, so you might just end up with a Ford Taurus on the front stretch. Oh well.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
And truly was the way we started our Hornets back in 2003. It was the same thing. It was like, you know what? Oh, that's too bad that your crew chief forgot to put gas in your car. Hold on, because there's a pretty good chance you're going to get a-holed by the next big old car coming around the corner. So, safe. It's not like we weren't, but it is. It's going to take you back to the beginning. It's going to take you back, and I think the reason is it's cheap, it's fun, and we can put 25 or 30 cars on a racetrack, and the drivers are having fun, and the fans are having fun, and we're celebrating our independence. What a better way to do it than going down to the good old Facebook marketplace and buying a Ford Taurus for $350. And then you know what? More than likely, if it's garbage afterwards, Adam will probably let you leave it there. They'll tow it over to the corner, and we'll just completely destroy it at Eve of Destruction later this year.
Yeah, exactly. It'll get used for when what's his name, Mr. Dizzy or whoever comes in wants to jump into a stack of cars. It could turn into one of those. It can be repurposed. But I'm with you, man. There's few things more American than that, than just a bunch of dudes saying, let's get the cheapest cars we can find, and we're going to rip them around a track.
Yeah. And just have fun. 100 laps or so, whatever. We'll see what time it is,
Yeah.
And then, we'll cruise with that. Hopefully the Hornets turn out. It's going to be the midnight ride of Paul Revere. Hornets in the dark.
Very cool, too, because a lot of them have little LED lights on and stuff. They get colored, and it's a good time.
Yeah. And if that's not your cup of tea, but I think it's everybody's cup of tea, our good friend Daniel Johnson drives a late model, Western Mountain Inc. late model, and Zamp late model up here at Meridian. Daniel's been a long-time driver. It's in his family. It's in the blood, He wants that late model division to grow and prosper a little bit, because it's been a little bit of a struggle. 2 to 6 cars. Daniel put together a pretty cool little. I'm looking for it because I had it. Here it is. Trying to get some. It's a 2-day show. It's the Meridian Magic Valley show because we're racing Thursday and Friday. Crown Rental, Dillon Toyota Lift, Chelsea Johnson and Team Realty have put $4,500 for a 2-day overall total. So you got to race both shows if you want to be in the money. Thursday, Friday, it's $2,000 if you win the overall points, $1,000 for second, $750 for third, $500 for fourth, $250 for fifth. Quick time is $250 each night from Trenching Services Inc. In Front Motorsports is given $100 for the last car on the lead lap each night. You go to the Meridian Speedway or Magic Valley Speedway info boards. They will. You can get all your other information there, but I think we're gonna have 15 or 16 late models. I talked to Daniel, messaged Daniel earlier today, and if you finish last, Patrick, you get $50 bill from the Pit Stop Podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So last place gets $50 at Meridian, $50 at Twin Falls. So all those little sponsors, we're the little one, but all those other sponsors that jump in with $100 here, $60 there, whatever. By the end of all of those things, you're going to be, that's close to a $5,000 weekend purse, depending on the way it goes.
That's really, really cool. Yeah. So that a lot of people involved have a good chance of taking home some good money. And if you are the lucky last place $50 winner from the Pit Stop Podcast, just make sure we get a picture of that person. I want to get it. I want to see, I want a picture of them.
And I don't have a whole lot of cool stuff, but we'll bring you last place. We'll get a Pit Stop Podcast magnet.
Yeah.
So I'll bring that down to Twin tomorrow, and then we'll be up here at Meridian. So yeah, but just like I said, it's a cool deal to try to grow the class. And in years past, there have been all kinds of 2-day 4th of July Independence Day Cups with Todd LeBron. He had the Pro 4s, all that kind of stuff. So cool deal for Daniel. If you got a late model, bring it out. Support what he's doing.
And it's things like that, people stepping up to try and make something happen at each event that can make the difference for the class.
Yeah. So that'll be kind of fun. So yeah, really tomorrow night, you've got something for everybody. If you want to see grandma's, Ford Taurus, that's what I learned how to drive in. That was my driver's ed car was in a
Yeah.
1980. No, I mean a 2009 Ford Taurus.
Yeah,
I
right.
recommend it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to see some late models, go wheel to wheel, and plus all the other classes. What else do you got down there? Trucks.
Trucks. So we got trucks, late models, the midgets, the Hornets. Who am I forgetting? Trucks, late models, mini mods, midgets, and Hornets.
Right. I think I saw somewhere you might even sneak a Pro 4 or two in there with the mini mods. So maybe that'll be
Right.
a cool addition too.
Yeah, the
So
more the merrier.
yeah, let's get some cars out there. Couple more comments real quick. We said we're gonna get Shane on. Doesn't think it's a good idea, but that's too bad. That's what you get for being a Hall of Fame, and you just get to be on the show with us.
Yeah, listen, the thing is when you've done so much for the world of motorsports, that whether you get inducted or not, just being nominated, that means that like you've done some real stuff to help the sport, and you deserve the respect. So we'd love to have you on and talk to you and hear a bit about your story and that, and I know that the real race fans that watch our show will certainly appreciate it, no matter how you talk. If we trust me, if you were a complete moron, we wouldn't have you on. We wouldn't want you on.
Because you know what? Look at us.
Look at the standard here, huh?
On the Pit Stop podcast, we set the bar so low that you don't even see it.
Yeah, we're here to help you. That's what we do.
Yeah, whatever we can do. It's growing. I mean, I know you're working on getting that party in the pits down there, get those fans to hang out. You and I and your family hung out and talked for quite a while, and then we went down there and everything was dark. But I heard that the and Derek right here saying pretty cool. That's a big part of the experience, don't you think?
Yeah, it's something special that we want to emulate, like what goes on at Meridian Speedway, because it literally feels like a family reunion, like the entire town is there, and people just going from pit area to pit area, racers mixing in with everybody else, and taking pictures and telling stories and reminiscing of previous races and things that have happened. Man, it's something special. So we want to have that happen in Twin. So if you're a fan, go down there, hang out with the drivers, because they're normal, cool people, just like you are. So they want to hang out with you. We want you to hang out with them, and you'll get to see a side of some of these people that it's really, really cool to get to know them, and they do want to get to know their fans. They want to know the people that are paying to come out and see them race. They appreciate the fans. They don't, when we go up and interview them, and they, a lot of times they'll say, I want to thank the fans for coming out. Like, that's not just words coming out of their mouth. They really do appreciate the folks that pay to come see them race. So it's a good time, because you run into the right people too. You run into a Sherry Waters, you run into Chuck Grote's a good time in the pit area too. Some of these guys and gals, they're just super fun to hang out with if you get the chance. But like, you said, we were chatting up in the booth till the lights were literally out on the facility there, like lights out. Brent, we were trying to leave to go down to the parking lot. Brent had his flashlight on his cell phone so that we could see walking down towards the parking lot.
It got a little dark and scary up there.
Yeah, so you can either go party in the pits or come up to the booth and say hi, because we're probably going to be chatting up there.
Yeah, we'll be there. I know we've got a big contingent of drivers headed to Colorado National Speedway for their big 4th of July winged sprint car spectacular. Riley Robert is headed there as we speak. So hi, Riley. Hopefully you're not driving, because I know you have trouble driving without watching the Pit Stop podcast. I'd hate to see what happens when you were doing it. Riley wouldn't do that.
Riley's a good kid, hard worker, so glad to see him doing what he's doing. He's going to have a good time in Colorado. Yeah. And I think Natalie Waters said they're going down there too, even though she's not racing, but they're going to go down there and hang out, sell some swag. So
yeah, I think they're going to go down there and represent the Raced In Bowling and just support everybody. Donovan's coming back up from Logan to spot for Adam Crow. Adam looked really good last weekend. Little brush with the wall in the heat race. So hopefully they got that. I think they actually saw that they were going to get that thing back together. I think Adam's there. The fiance talked me into going a little bit further to get Raisin Canes and stay at the Anniversary Inn. See you boys tomorrow. What's a
Yeah, Logan.
raisin? What's a Raisin Cane?
You don't know what Raising Cane's is? It's like a chicken joint.
Oh, my daughter has them in Colorado. We've
Yeah,
got one getting built on Eagle Road here. I saw it said cane. Okay, that right. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think I've had their food once. Whatever. Anyways, I guess it's all the rage now. Raising Cane's. So they've got one in Logan, and the Anniversary Inn is the spot. You know what I mean, for a little romantic getaway. So,
What do
yeah.
they
So I'm
charge
sure
for
that'd be
single
cool.
occupancy? I just want to
You know,
watch a NASCAR race in peace. No, I'm just kidding. Some things don't need to be said. Um, so yeah, that's it. We're caught up on all of our cool, amazing viewers. Um, so yeah, and then fireworks, big fireworks show, July 3rd for you guys down there tomorrow night, right?
yeah, and it's always a good time. Like, and it's a good show. It's like a solid 15, 20. It's like a long show. So get ready because we want to be courteous of like the curfew times and things like that. So we're gonna be burning down the Hornet car, right? And then I think soon, like it was, yeah, maybe you told me, soon as that's over, boom, fireworks city, here we go. So be ready. I do recommend that you wear your red, white, and blue, or something with some stars and stripes on it. Whatever you got, bring it, because we are proud Americans, and I want to see what you got.
I have a hat that lights up.
Ooh,
It's got a little button in it, and
yeah.
it's like way too small for my big fat head, but I don't care. It's the 4th of July.
That's it. It's 4th of July. So I've got like a red shirt, blue pants, white shoes. Boom. There we go.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. So yeah, so if you're in the Twin Falls area, just show up. Show up. I know the city of Twin Falls and College Southern Idaho, they do their big 4th of July deal too. So why not take in 2 amazing fireworks shows at the Magic Valley area and celebrate your independence? Because you know what, Twin Falls is pretty beautiful. So hopefully that's a good. And you know what, that's the start, Patrick. That's the start to the weekend, because down there there's still 3 days off.
Yeah.
Even when we're done at Meridian on Friday night, you still have the full weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad deal.
I'm looking forward to, we're not going to be able to be at the race in Meridian, but we'll be able to watch at home. So going to have the kids outside playing on the slip and slide, have some burgers on the grill, watching some racing.
And you can watch both nights on speedcast.tv. Who's our cameraman down there? John? Is that our new in
Mark.
Twin Falls? Mark. Sorry, Mark. But yes, we got it. Melissa stepped off the camera stand. She's in the pace car. Now Mark's up on the roof doing I watched it last weekend. Amazing job. So
He does a good job. Yeah.
yeah. And then you got, of course, Tyler hanging out there producing and doing all the cool stuff. So we need to get I told Tyler we need to get some interviews and stuff going too. We'll show him how to do some of that stuff in the second half of the year, and
Cool.
that'll be pretty cool. So, and then after you're down there, if you're coming up here, which I know everybody's going to come up here to Meridian Speedway, Stinker Stores Firecracker 50s are back on board. Longtime sponsor, presented by the city of Meridian. So that is the cool relationship that Adam and the promoting group have with the city. And like I told you, there'll be 4,000 people in the grandstands. And if you look over the fence, all the main street and the park and everything's going to be lined with people watching the fireworks. Cool part about the local show at Meridian is the fans get a little infield show. And then after that, we blow up the whole back area. I know Richard and the crew were moving all the old motorhomes and stuff out into the main parking lot because there's a big old detonation drop zone right there behind the speedway. We don't want to lose our Eve of Destruction stuff. So
Yeah, definitely not.
So that'll be pretty cool. Man, I'm getting old. I can't read. I know we've got the NASCAR modifieds, the NASCAR late model, Street Stocks Legends Pro 4s, and the Hornets, Trammell Construction, and then Midnight Ride of Paul Revere #2. Little Hornets in the Dark at Meridian as well. So if you haven't got your tickets to either show, you can get them online, or of course step up to the gates at 4:45. Um, I love the 4th of July, but then I'm sad when I leave because I'm like, man, this is it, second half of the year,
Yeah.
and off we go. I mean, you're finishing year number 3 there. How many years did you announce with at Twin or at Salt Lake?
3 down there. Yeah.
3 there.
Mhm.
So you see, doubled your 6 years in after this. Gosh, me too. I will be 21 years in after this year. So hopefully I can get rehired. I've never asked yet. I just show up in April.
Yo, that's how it was after this. Cause like after the first season, Adam's like, hey, we'd love to have you guys back next year. That'd be great. I'm like, cool. Yeah, for sure. But after last season, he didn't say anything. So like we were driving home like, so do we just show up? We just keep going. I was like, that's my vote. Let's just keep going until someone says, we got somebody else, you know? So,
but
yeah.
if they find, like I always tell Adam, if you find somebody else, I'll make a hot dog. I'll pour some beer. I'll sweep the racetrack. That's what we did last weekend. Thunderdogs are getting ready to race, and I'm like, this is Adam's deal. Adam and Patrick own the Thunderdog stuff. So yeah, I went and poured some $2 Buds and Bud Lights. And then I was waiting for a yellow flag, and I just kept pouring them. We were just going through them, so I hope we didn't sell too many. But we sold a lot.
It's all good. Well, and that's you're one of the people that's what makes racing cool is, there are people that will go to the racetrack and what do you want me to do? You want me to carry ice? Do you want me to go sell t-shirts? Do you want me to go pour beer? I'll do whatever I can. So it's good. We appreciate people like
it's kind of like when when you came up to announce with me at Diamond Cup, it's like, yeah, we're good. We've got it. But if somebody needed to go unplunge a toilet, one of us would have done it if we were the only ones on that side of the fence. Part of the deal. Keep that place running. Larry and Brandy really cleaning up Magic Valley. They had some fresh paint in the bathroom. I know your son was excited. I was excited. Still a little tacky because it was hot, but the place is coming around. The grass looked great. Everything looked green. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they must have sprayed for weeds or something because it was Dandelion City, and then now it was all green, new paint. Little by little, it's looking great. They're doing a great job, like you said, Larry and Brandy, just killing it.
Okay, so July 3rd, we've got the Magic Valley Motorsports Northwest Super Late models are still coming to Magic Valley Speedway. A 2-day Skunk Cup coming to Magic Valley Speedway. The day 1 of the 3-day Legends Spectacular. You could have 40 to 60 Legends down there on that Friday night.
Yeah,
man, the second half of the year is going to be awesome. And I just want to say for a lot of people, man, it's hard to keep that racetrack running. It's hard to do it. Adam's kicking open the gates. So if you guys got race car drivers in the Twin Falls, even Salt Lake area, tell them, hey, the gates are open. The fans are in the stands. Patrick's in the booth. We just need you guys to pull those race cars out and get them there. Give it a shot. Spanky and the whole gang would love to see some race cars out there. That's the next goal. Let's fill up some of these classes.
Yeah, man. And you wanted to get to the point to where you're almost wondering if there's too many. That's what we want, right? We'd rather you have to try and figure something out that way than try and figure out how to get more to the track. So all are welcome. Please come play because they do a good job. And I love watching race cars go around the track. So I appreciate everybody that comes out. I don't care if you're fast, just showing up and being part of the show. I mean, to people like me, that means something. You got the guts to show up. So
support your local racetrack, right?
Yeah, please.
I do also want to just quick shout out the last night. If you guys were cruising the internet and our YouTube page popped up, we had the Idaho Historical Racing Society general membership meeting going on last night. Very good. It's the first meeting we've had that wasn't just the board. So we thought we got to get these people in. It's getting close to up here. Western Idaho Racing Hall of Fame nominations are due by July 31st. We're going to put one or two more lucky people, deserving people
Yeah.
into that here in September. I think we had like 20 people, 20, 25 people in house. We had a couple hundred people watching on YouTube, and we went directly to YouTube, and then we skipped our pit stop podcast page. Well, I think I tried to. I don't know if it did. I was trying to go straight to the IHRS page. So it was on 2 or 3 different pages. And we had a lot of people watching. So we appreciate that. Buy some t-shirts from us. We've got t-shirts and hats, $25 a pop if you want them. Shoot a message. Like I said, I'm not leaving until noon. We can bring some down if you guys want to pick some up. But support the history. That trailer is going to be right there with you, Patrick, on that Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame night. I'm going to tow it down there when
Sweet.
I come down that weekend, and we're gonna share the love, see what's going on in Twin Falls that weekend.
Yeah, I want to check that trailer out. I've only seen the pictures and stuff, so I want to be able to check it out in person. And I saw the T-shirts. Spanky had one on.
Yes, those turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've seen it. It looks good, and I mean, it doesn't hurt. Spanky's wearing it, right? He made it look good. So
well, that's why we asked Spanky to wear them, is because it's like in the day it was like Patrick Swayze or Sylvester Stallone. It's like we got freaking Spanky to model this crap. We're good.
Bam, that's a win.
Spanky's physique is so much better in that T-shirt than one of Sylvester Stallone or The Rock. I mean, come on, give me a break. It's all Spanky.
I'm no joke at Rocky Mount Raceways when Spanky Steve Castile when he's coming to town, the word sexy got thrown around a lot in Salt Lake City.
Sexy legs, crazy legs, sexy legs, whatever it was when he was.
I heard sexy. They could talk about sexy and Spanky and sexy. I was like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Then I met him and I was like, okay.
No, it is.
I get it.
When God carved out the epitome of a man,
chiseled out Steve Castile. Yeah.
See, we could talk all about him because I'm pretty sure that he's down there at Twin right now, busy with getting the racetrack ready because they had practice tonight. So there's no way he's going to get mad at us. But
yeah, he might catch the replays. We better watch out. But he's the one that hooked up the Dale merchandise.
Yep.
And the car diecast. He was the first person to hook it up for the man cave, so I appreciate Spanky.
Some good stuff. Couple more minutes left. If you guys are watching, we got a few of you on there. Tell us where you're going. Are you going to watch us in Twin Falls? Are you going to watch us in Meridian? Are you going both places? I've got room for one. Do you need a ride? And I'm not picky. I mean, man, woman, dog, cat, whatever.
So let me send my dog.
Yeah. As long as I'm not alone and I have somebody to talk to. But no, if you can't make it and you need a way to get down there, an excuse, let's get you down there because Magic Valley Speedway is the place to be.
It's going to be a good time. I promise.
And then we'll come home and we'll go, man, my dog must really want in because he just jumped into the window. My dog ain't going with me. He's going to have a little head damage. He's going to have some brain damage before. See, I get my 5 kids all move out because they're all old now, and now I have a dog trying to jump through.
Trying to send it through a double pane window.
Yeah, and it's like, sorry, buddy, that's not going to work.
Oh man.
I think it's lightning out. So I think he's afraid, but he needs to man up. He needs to man up. He needs to grow up.
Man up.
And then, like I said, Saturday night or Friday night at Meridian Speedway, and then July, August, September. Crazy stuff at both racetracks. We got a lot of cool stuff still to come.
Yeah, a lot of good racing. And with these bigger events too, you're going to have to mind the schedule. So go to the website, see what races you want to make sure you're at, get tickets as soon as you can, because there will be events where if you show up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at the front gate, it's going to be hard to get a spot. So get your tickets early.
Next Wednesday, I've had the biggest mind blank in my life. Jeremy Anders is going to join.
There you go. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah.
From Wenatchee Valley. Sorry, Jeremy. From Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Wing sprint cars are going to be headed up there the 19th. I think 18th and 19th to the 19th and 20th, whatever that weekend is. So we're going to bring Jeremy Anders in. Great track promoter, great manager, great announcer. He's done what you and I do. He's done it all over the Northwest, so it'll be a cool show to just get Jeremy and get us all acquainted about what's going on at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Um, 2 weeks from this weekend on
Sweet.
July the 19th, I want to say. Because of Meridian on July 12th, Adam was talking about this earlier this winter. So we have Rotor Rooter, twin 35s, like poop, because it's Rotor Rooter. 35s, which would probably be twin 35s.
35s.
It's
kind of stinks.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's not a stinky race, right? But and as you like I said, we already talked about some of the shows there. The Idaho 208 Eve of Destruction at both racetracks is still on the schedule this year. The big Legends deal is coming through when you guys are doing Skunk Cup. We haven't had our Military Appreciation Night at Meridian yet. That's still upcoming. And then the Elliott Sportsman Classic, Pink Lady Classic, and holy moly, Halloween. And you add about 12 more races in between there. We've got some great stuff.
Yeah, it's getting kind of packed because when some of these things you're mentioning, I'm just looking at the calendar, like August at Magic Valley Speedway, Magic Valley Motorsports is on August 16th, the Hall of Fame 150. So that's Northwest Super Late Model Series coming to town. So that's going to be a battle, the whole grip of late models. And this is the like big boys, heavyweights of the class, like it's going to get fun.
And loud.
So we go straight from that Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame 150 next weekend, Skunk Cup. So that's 2-night deal, right? So that's mega party. And then right after that, Eve of Destruction. So it's like we have some big hit. The month of August is going to be big hit event after big hit event.
And then you're already into your final stretch. So yeah, July, August, Twin Falls, Idaho. That's where you want to be. And if you're not, you can watch it on Speedcast and come to Meridian. But we're ready for tomorrow night. So, got anything else? You good? You ready for? You got to probably get your stuff together and get ready to go to the racetrack tomorrow.
I got to get packed up. I got some homework to do. Yeah, because I won't be able to do it tomorrow. We're gonna be at the track, so I got to get some homework done, get some sleep. And then I'm loading everybody in the minivan in the morning and let's go.
Get this thing done. So before we get ready to head to Twin Falls, we want to thank again the whole crew at the Race to End Bullying. I'm sure you can catch all of them up at Colorado National Speedway this weekend. Talk to Natalie and John and Sherry and the crew and the whole group. Overturf Photography, Jerry and Mary, thank you so much for their help. Performance Science and Graphics, Sense Savvy, Idaho CDL Training, Western Cargo on board, and our good buddy Joe Daly and the family at Iron Body Fitness. Is that the coolest thing or what from Jerry?
That's great. I love it.
So I'm old. We used to get those for like football teams and baseball. Yes. I used to have them, I'd have them around the top of my room growing up. Mm-hmm. So that is pretty cool. Don Kithcart in the house.
What's up, Don?
Don was with us last night. Well, he was in Twin last weekend. He was also with us last night at the IHRS Western Idaho Racing Hall of Fame meeting. Shane, okay, we're gonna message Shane some questions so we can get one of the inductees of the Hall of Fame on here later on from Magic Valley Motorsports. He's probably so excited.
Yeah.
He's either going to talk to me the next few weeks that I see him or totally avoid me, which Shane would be, pretty typical, but you're a man. It's usually the women that avoid you. But whatever. We'll take. Sometimes you take what you can get. Okay. I think that's it. Everybody's locked and loaded and ready to roll. I'm going to work at 5:30. Hopefully by 12:30, I'm jumping on I-84 and we will get to Twin Falls. Get everything warmed up and ready.
Wear your red, white, and blue and bring your patriotism with you.
Yes. It's time to celebrate. Middle of the year, let's have a party. Let's have 2 big parties this weekend. So for all of our sponsors, flying Brian Schaefer. We're gonna get Brian back on here. Apologize, I still haven't heard from him, so apologize for not being able to get him on tonight. But we'll get him here. We'll get him on the show. And then Jeremy Anders with Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, talking wing sprint cars next Wednesday, which will probably be here before we know it, Patrick, because it's just kind of one of those weird and crazy weeks. And if anybody knows if there's a race and anywhere within like an hour or two, I have no idea what I'm going to do on a Saturday without a racetrack. So
Yeah, no, it's going to be weird. Huh?
Point me in the right direction. But cool thing is we'll get 2 good ones in. Depending on work, I'll be down there to hang out with you guys tomorrow night and do what we need to do and shoot off some fireworks and then head home.
Sounds good.
Okay, so for us here at Pit Stop Podcast, hopefully we see all of you guys and all of your friends and family at one point or another this weekend. If not, have a happy and safe 4th of July. And as always, you're going to be hanging out with us this weekend at the racetrack. See you then.